Welcome to this video lecture of concrete technology. The topic for this video is types of cement. Now, what is the outcome of this particular topic? In previous lecture, in previous video lecture, we had talked about how to manufacture cement because we are studying concrete technology and we are using cement as a basic material for making concrete. Since it is a basic material, so this is very much necessary to understand about the properties of cement. And if we can understand the property of particular type of cement, that in previous video you had seen that we were talking about ordinary Portland cement or manufacturing of ordinary Portland cement. It can be seen from there that compounds are having certain role to play in the hydration process of concrete. By changing the proportion of each of the constituent compounds in the cement and some other factors also such as grain size, it is possible to make different type of cement. In modern days, we are using cement for so many purposes, for so many uses. In that case, if we know that by changing certain properties or by modifying certain properties, we can make a different type of cement which can be used for specific purposes. So if we know that how many types of cement are available and how they are made, then it becomes very easy for us to use them at different places for different purposes as a basic material. So uh, uh, if we talk about classification, then ASTM, according to ASTM classification, Portland cement can be classified as type 1, type 2, type 3, and so on. What is this classification? It is actually American system in which we classify the cement in type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5 type. In type 1, those cement are classified which are used for general construction purposes where special properties are not required. For example, ordinary Portland cement. It is classified under type 1 cement. Then next classification is type 2 system or type 2 classification. This is used in general concrete construction where moderate sulfate action, a moderate sulfate attack is suspected. For example, when you are doing construction in marshy land or at places where sulfate or magnesium sulfate is more either in environment or in soil. It means that at such places we need moderate heat of hydration. In this case, we use type 2 type of cement. Next is type 3. Those cement which are used at places when high early strength. High early strength does not mean that after 28 days the strength is more. It means that in early ages, that is for 7 days or for 14 days, the strength is more. Then at 28 days, the strength is approximately same to the OPC. So when we require a high early strength, then type 3 type of cement is used. And the example for this is rapid hardening cement. Now next is type 4 cement. This is used when we need low heat of hydration. Why do we need low heat of hydration? Because when we are doing mass concreting, in that case, if heat of hydration is too much, then cracks can develop in the structure. At that places, we require that type of cement whose heat of hydration is less. And example for this is low heat cement. Next is type 5. Again, this is used at places where high sulfate resistance is required because all the area is having plenty of sulfate. It should be in liquid form or in gaseous form. It should not be in solid form because solid sulfate, yeah, solid magnesium sulfate does not do anything with the concrete. And the example for type 5 cement is sulfate resistant cement. Next is type 1P. 1P means this type of cement consists of an intimate of uniform blending of Portland cement and fine Pozzolana, and it should be required that in this case the Pozzolana content should be in the range of 15 to 40% by weight of total cement. It should not be more than 40% and it should not be less than 15%. So this type of cement is known as blended cement also. Since blending is done here, that is why it is known as type 1P. Blending is also done in the next type also. That is why the name is type 1A, 2A and 3A. When we are saying 1A, 2A and 3A, it means that special agents are mixed in the cement. And it is mixing because to modify the properties of cement. For example, you can take air entraining agent. When it is used, then the cement known as air entrained cement. Now, according to these classification, the cement is further classified, or you can say the cement is further given different type of names. And as per these names, the first type of cement is ordinary Portland cement because that is the basic cement, and that for that basic cement, BIS has classified ordinary Portland cement in three grades. It is grade 33 OPC, grade 43 OPC, and grade 53 OPC. Actually, what is this grade? This grade is mortar cubic strength after 28 days in Newton per mm square. It means that if I am talking about grade 33 OPC, it means that after 28 days, if we make a cube of cement mortar and if we test it for the compressive strength, then after 28 days, the minimum strength will be 33 Newton per mm square. In the same way, it is grade 43 and grade 53. So, like this, different type of name has been given to the cement according to their use. So, I had discussed about ordinary Portland cement. Now, next one is rapid hardening cement. This cement is similar to OPC, that is ordinary Portland cement, but the name is rapid hardening. It means that it develops strength very rapidly. but it does not mean that it is same as quick setting cement. We will discuss quick setting cement afterward. In rapid hardening cement, it develops the strength in 3 days, which the ordinary Portland cement gains in 7 days. It means we are hardening it early stages only. And how this is possible? How this cement has been made? This cement has been made by grinding the cement very fine. Very fine means the specific surface should not be less than 3250 centimeter square per gram, and the tricalcium silicate and dicalcium silicate, that is C3S and C2S, should be in a higher percentage. If the content of tricalcium silicate and dicalcium silicate is higher and the cement is finely grained, then it is known as rapid hardening cement. If we are grinding it very finely, so we are providing more surface area to react with the water. That is the basic principle which is behind it. Now what we are doing, we are making it fast hydration. We are thinking that the cement will liberate heat very fast. That is why that is the only way how we can make it early hardened. So if liberation of heat is higher in early periods, then you cannot use this type of cement in the case of mass concreting, because more heat will be liberated and then there are chances of cracking. Otherwise, we have to use more curing. But this type of cement is very useful, such as you can think that in prefabricated concrete construction, such as you have seen when you are coming in the trains, you have seen railway sleepers are nowadays not made by timber. We are not using timber as a railway sleeper. Now we are using prefabricated concrete sleepers. Or if you are coming from Delhi or from any place, you had seen so many electrical poles which are made from concrete. They are prefabricated concrete. In that case, we need a cement which can be hardened very early so that we can keep them for curing, and the process will be very fast. Or the second point is where we can use when the shuttering or you can say foam work has to be removed very fast or very early, then you need a rapid hardening cement so that the same shuttering can be used for 2-3 times. Or if you go for national highway or any other road, in the case of road repair work, we cannot stop the road for a very long time. In that case, we need rapid hardening cement. And the very important use of this type of cement is in cold weather concreting. In cold weather concreting means where the temperature freezes very fast. In that case, we need a cement where rapid rate of development of strength is required, because it reduces the vulnerability of concrete for frost action. Now, the next cement is extra rapid hardening cement. Till now, we have discussed about rapid hardening cement. But in some places, we need extra rapid hardening cement. To obtain this type of cement, what we do, we mix calcium chloride with rapid hardening cement, rapid hardening Portland cement. By addition of calcium chloride or CaCl2, we can make extra rapid hardening cement. But you have to take care that you should not mix more than 2% by weight of rapid hardening cement. That is, calcium chloride is 2% of rapid hardening cement. And the care should be given that when you had made such type of concrete and you are transporting it by using RMC, then it should be transported, placed, compacted and finished within 20 minutes. And this type of cement, after manufacturing this type of cement, you should not store for more than 1 month. It should be used within 1 month. In extra rapid hardening cement, it accelerates the setting and hardening process. That is why large quantity of heat is evolving in very short time after placing. So this is very suitable in the case of cold weather because that much curing is not required in cold weather. But in hot weather, it is not very good cement. The strength of extra rapid hardening cement in 1 to 2 days, it gains the strength which is 25% higher than rapid hardening cement and 10 to 20% higher in 7 days when compared to rapid hardening cement. But again, I will say this gain of strength will disappear with age in 90 days. Means in 90 days, the strength of extra rapid hardening cement or rapid hardening cement or ordinary Portland cement will be same after 90 days. Next type of cement I am discussing is sulfate resisting cement. Now, ordinary Portland cement is susceptible to the attack of sulfate, in particular magnesium sulfate. Now, what sulfate is doing when it attack or when it react? It will react with free calcium hydroxide which is present in the cement. And when it react with calcium hydroxide, then it form calcium sulfate, that is CaSO4. And the second thing it will do, it will react with or it will react with hydrate of calcium aluminate. Then it will form calcium sulfoaluminate. And when the sulfate is in solution form, it permeates into hardened concrete and it attacks the calcium hydroxide or hydrated calcium aluminate, and sometimes it even reacts with hydrated silica also. And the problem is the product which is formed by this reaction, it will result in expansion and disruption. When it expands, the concrete expands, then the concrete disrupts the shape. And this sulfate attack is accelerated by drying and heating. That is cyclic drying and cyclic heating which generally took place in marine structure, and disruption is more at those places. So what is the remedy? The remedy is to use the cement which is resist the sulfate attack. And for this, we need that the tricalcium aluminate, that is C3A, should be very low in the cement. So the cement with low tricalcium aluminate and comparatively low tetracalcium aluminoferrite, it means that the cement is high in silicate content. It should be the specification limit is 5%. Why you required this, we had discussed. And what is the suitability of this cement is when this cement you are using in concrete, then at the conditions where marine conditions are simulating or marine conditions are there, in these cases this cement is very good. The second point is it can be used in foundation and basement where soil is infested with sulfur. The third point is generally we are using nowadays we are using concrete as a basic material for fabrication of pipe. So when concrete is used for fabrications of pipes which are likely to be buried in marshy region or sulfate bearing soil, then we cannot use other type of cement. And the very important thing is whenever you are constructing any structure for sewage treatment work, and if you are using general cement or ordinary Portland cement or rapid hardening cement or any other cement, then expansion and disruption can be possible. It is likely to be expand. It is likely to be cracked. In these cases, we are using sulfate resisting cement only. Next type of cement is blast furnace cement. Now this Portland blast furnace cement is obtained by mixing Portland cement, or you can say mixing Portland cement clinker with gypsum and granulated blast furnace slag. But it should be in suitable proportions and the mixture should be properly ground. Because if it is not uniform or the grounding is not throughout, then the cement will behave in different manner. This type of cement has very low heat of hydration and it is having better resistant to soil and water, especially when water is having excessive amount of sulfate or alkali metals. Sometimes when you have to use acidic water or water in which iron oxide is more, then we use blast furnace slag cement only. This also can be used in marine works because it is also resisting sulfate. As I had told you, the quantity should be in appropriate manner. It means that quantity of granulated slag mixed with Portland cement will be in the range of 25% to 65%. Early strength indicates that cement clinker fraction is more ground, and when this cement is checked for compressive strength, then it has been found that early strength is gained due to cement clinker fraction and later strength is gained due to slag fraction. This blast furnace slag cement is similar to OPC. This line I am saying in respect to fineness, setting time, soundness, and strength. The rate of hardening of this cement is slow than OPC during first 28 days. But thereafter, the strength increases so that in a year, it is same as in case of OPC. So there is no need to worry that the strength is less, because generally what we do in the lab, we check the strength for 28 days. But this cement gains strength very fastly after 28 days, and in a year it is approximately similar. So it is very useful when you are doing mass concreting. But the problem is if you are using it in the cold weather, and since it is gaining strength slowly, in that case, in cold weather condition, frost damage conditions can develop. Now the next type of cement is quick setting cement. Now take care that there is a difference between rapid hardening cement and quick setting cement. This cement set very quickly. This early setting property is brought out by reducing the gypsum content at the time of clinker grinding. The cement is required to be mixed, placed, and compacted very early. Mostly, it is used in underwater construction, because in underwater construction we need a cement which set very quickly, because in those cases most of the time we are using pump, and since pumping is involved, so we require cement, such type of cement which when reach to the place of laying, after that it's set very quickly. So if such cement is used, it reduces the pumping time and making the construction very economical. If you had seen some landslide cases, in those cases also for grouting of anchors, it can be used, because we need to set very early the groutings. Next type of cement is super sulfate cement. In this, by grinding a mixture of 80 to 85% granulated slag, blast furnace granulated slag, and 10 to 15% of hard burnt gypsum and 5% of Portland cement clinker, then we can achieve to make supersulfate cement. The product of this supersulfate cement is ground finer, more finer than Portland cements. You should take care that the specific surface should not be less than 4,000 centimeter square per gram. It means you are grinding it to a very fine. And since you had made it very fine, then there is a chances that it can absorb moisture from the environment also during storage. So this type of cement is very sensitive for deterioration during storage when compared to ordinary Portland cement. The supersulfate cement has low heat of hydration. It means 40 to 45 calories per gram in 7 days. Since the cement is highly resistant to high sulfate attack, so it is recommended to use this in foundation where aggressive chemical conditions may exist. This type of cement is also used in marine construction. Even sometimes when reinforced cement concrete pipe are likely to be buried in sulfate bearing soil, then also it is used. Next type of cement is low heat cement. Since I had told you in a previous video that hydration of a cement is an exothermic action, and in case of exothermic reaction or action, lot of heat is liberated during hydration. But at so many places we need a cement which liberate low heat. To achieve this, we reduce the content of tricalcium silicate C3S and tricalcium aluminate C3A. These are the compounds which liberate maximum heat of hydration. So we decrease the content of them and we increase the content of dicalcium silicate C2S. Reduction of temperature retard the chemical action of hardening, and so it restricts the rate of evolution of heat. Therefore, low heat cement gains low rate of strength. In 7 days, the strength gained by low heat cement should not be more than 65 calories per gram. In 7 days, the liberation of heat should not more than 65 calories per gram. And in 28 days, the liberation of heat should not more than 75 calories per gram. And since we are restricting the heat liberation, that is why the strength gain is also very less. So in 7 days, the strength gain should not be less than 160 kg per centimeter square. Whereas in case of ordinary Portland cement, The strength gain in 7 days should not be less than 220 kg per centimeter square. So you had seen the difference between the gaining of strength. Now the next type of cement is Portland Pozzolana. Uh, Next type of cement is expensive cement. This is a type of cement which will not shrink after hardening, or we can say that it does not change the volume too much after drying. This type of cement is developed by using an expanding agent and mixing it with stabilizer very carefully. Proper material and controlled proportioning are very necessary in order to obtain desired expansion. About 3 to 20% of sulfoaluminate are mixed with 100% of Portland cement and 15% of stabilizer. Now, since expansion is taking place, but this expansion can take place only as long as concrete is moist. Therefore, the curing has to be in controlled condition, because when you are using a special type of cement, then special experience is required to use it in particular way. We require this type of cement or expensive cement because when the concrete is used or when cement is used to make the concrete, it shrink while setting due to loss of free water. And even all the concrete, they shrink with time, which is known as drying shrinkage. Now suppose that you have to anchor a bolt in your house, and while you had make a hole for the nail, and when you are trying uh, to finish the surface, and the cement mortar you had used after 3 or 4 days, when it shrink, then there is a patch shown at your wall. But when you are using expensive cement, in that case, I am taking a very small case. Generally, we don't use expensive cement for such type of things. But when you are using it for grouting of the hill, for grouting of the anchors, then you need this expensive cement to make required expansion. Now, next type of cement is Portland Pozzolana cement. In today's life, ordinary Portland cement is available, but generally it is available only when you ask from the shopkeeper. Otherwise, if you ask any shopkeeper that give me a bag of cement, he will give you Portland Pozzolana cement. Actually, this Pozzolana is siliceous material which have no cementitious property, while in finely divided form, when it combined with calcium hydroxide in presence of water, it react and form a compound which possess the cementitious property. Now, kindly give your attention what I had said, that it does not have any cementitious property, but after mixing it with water, it form a compound which had some cementitious property. Now, how this Portland Pozzolana cement is made? By grinding Portland cement clinker and pozzolanic material with addition of gypsum, or by blending the Pozzolana cement, fine Pozzolana with Portland cement, you can get this Portland Pozzolana cement. But as per codal provision, as per government instruction, the content of pozzolanic compound should not be less than 10% and should not be more than 20 to 30% by weight. And the specific surface for pozzolanic content shall not be less than 30,000 centimeter square per gram. And this cement is very useful in marine and hydraulic construction. Next type of cement is air entraining cement. Although this cement is not covered in Indian specification methods, but by mixing of small amount of air entraining agent with ordinary Portland cement clinker at the time of grinding, we can make air entraining cement. Generally, the agents which are used are alkali salt of wood resins or synthetic detergents of alkyl sulfoaluminate type, or calcium lignosulfate, which is derived from sulfate process in paper making, or calcium salt of glues and other proteins obtained in the treatment of animal hides. These agents in powdered form or in liquid form are added to a extent of 0.025 to 0.1% by weight of cement clinker. There are other additives also, but I am not discussing it here, such as vegetable fats, oils, acids, aluminum powder, hydrogen peroxides, and so many other. But we will discuss it some other video. Air entraining cement will produce at the time of mixing these agents, which produce tough, tiny, discrete, non-pulsating air bubbles in the body of concrete. And these bubbles, they modify the properties of concrete when we talk about workability, segregation, bleeding, resistant to frost action, etc. So this is the type of cement which is nowadays very much used in European countries to construct some beautifying towers, architectural beauty towers. We will discuss it in next video also. Next type of cement is colored cement. Now, generally, Portland cement is used in base of some type of colored cement. Some type of, I had said, because ordinary Portland cement has a grayish color or a light greenish color. And other type of cement we used for making colored cement is white cement. Even though white cement is very costly, but in some cases we use white cement also. Now, when ordinary Portland cement is used as a base, and if you want to make it red or brown color, then it is easy with gray cement, or it is cheaper with gray cement also. The colored cement consists of Portland cement with 3 to 5% of pigment. So properties are required for those pigments to make it durable under exposure to light and weather conditions. And you have to take care that in any pigment there should not be any soluble salt, because when you mix the water and if it is soluble in water, then the color you will get is different from what you had required. Generally, gray color is due to iron oxide present, and for white cement, content of iron oxide should be kept very low. Otherwise, the color will be more brownish or reddish. Now, raw material like limestone or chalk or china clay or sodium aluminofluoride are added to receive required color which we need. The next type of cement is hydrophobic cement. Now, grinding OPC clinker with water repellent film, forming substance such as oleic acid, stearic acid, etc. The film formed around each grain of cement during large storage or transport or under unfavorable conditions. It means that if you store the cement for a long time, in that case, what happens? The cement absorbs the moisture from the environment, and that moisture, it starts reacting with the cement and small lumps are formed, due to which the deterioration of cement started. So, if we make hydrophobic cement, it means that when we are making a film from a film to each grain of the cement, so that the moisture cannot be start reacting with the cement. It repel the water which is present in the atmosphere, and then you can store the cement for a long time. This film is broken when cement and aggregate are mixed together in the mixer. So when you are taking it in the mixer, then you are exposing the cement particle for normal hydration. And now the water can react with the cement. The film forming water repellent will entrain certain amount of air in the body of concrete, and if certain amount of air is entrained in the concrete, then it increases the workability of concrete. Next type of cement is masonry cement. Ordinary cement, that is ordinary Portland cement, when you make mortar from OPC and when you compare it with lime mortar for the characteristic of strength and setting property, then the OPC mortar is inferior to lime mortar with respect to workability, water resistant, shrinkage, and extensibility. This masonry cement is a type which is made with a combination of material which, when used for making mortar, it incorporate all the good properties of lime mortar and it discard the bad properties of cement mortar, and thus the cement is very good for masonry work only. Next type of cement is oil well cement. Now, as all of us we know that now in Gujarat or some other basins, India is also started getting the oil in Bombay also, in Visakhapatnam, in Gujarat area. All those areas are having petroleum products inside the stratified rocks. Generally, these oil wells are drilled through the stratified sedimentary rock. It is likely that if oil is struck when you are drilling the bore, at that time either oil or gas may escape. This escaping is through the space between steel casing and rock formation, because there are some fissures, there are some cracks, or that casing cannot be of the same size of which you have drilled the bore. In that case, this costly gas or oil can escape. That is not only problem. You had heard so many cases in 2019 and in 20 where due to accident or due to some other reasons, the oil well ignited, it started firing. Generally, what we were doing or what all the civil engineers were doing, they are using some material to stop that route, to seal that route. But you can use cement slurry to seal off the space between steel casing and rock strata. And you can also seal if there is any fissures in the rock, or if there is any cavity in the rock, or if there is any crack in the rock. This cement slurry has to be pumped at that position which is at considerable depth, too much depth, where prevailing temperature is about 1700 degrees centigrade, 175 degree centigrade. The pressure which is required to go up there is 1300 kilogram per centimeter square. Now you think that at temperature of 175 degrees centigrade and a pressure of 1300 kg per centimeter square, the cement, how the cement will behave. Therefore, we require a cement which can flow under these conditions in several hours, and when it reaches there, it hardens rapidly. It may also resist corrosive conditions from sulfur gases or water which is containing dissolved salt. So, desired property of oil well can oil well has to be made. It can be obtained in two ways. The first one is by adjusting the compound composition of the cement, or by adding retarders to the OPC. Generally, they are starches, acids, or cellulose products for this purpose. Now, next type of cement is high alumina cement. Next type of cement is high alumina cement. The raw material which is used for this are limestone and bauxite. These raw material with required proportion of coke were charged into the furnace. Then the furnace is fired with pulverized coal or oil or hot air. At this place, the fusion takes place. This fusion is taking place at the temperature of 1550 to 1600 degrees centigrade. When the temperature is that much high, then the cement is in liquid state. Now this molten cement is run into molds, and there it is cooled. Now the molten cement, now when after cooling it, it is a hardened type of material which is known as pigs. That is PIGS, pigs. After cooling, that cement mass looked like a dark, fine gray, compact rock, which resemble the structure as a basalt rock, and even the hardness is also like basalt rock. Those pits are then grounded at a fineness of 3000 centimeters square per gram. Actually, this cement was developed to make concrete resistant to any chemical attack. It means that if you are joining your job in military engineering services MES, and you have to make a bunker for president or prime minister or for some other VIPs, and nowadays all of you know that chemical attack is one method to for a war. So in this, if the bunker is made from high alumina cement, then it is highly resistant to any chemical attack. Even in marine condition, this is very good for structural construction. Only problem is the high cost involved in this cement. which make it very less in use for general other work. The major advantage of high alumina cement concrete is very high rate of strength development. 80% of ultimate strength is achieved in one day only. That is why it liberates high heat of hydration, that is 9 calorie per gram per hour. If you compare it with rapid hardening cement, it liberates 3.5 calorie per gram per hour. But one thing is there, the total quantity of heat is same. For that, you don't have to worry. Next type of cement is high strength cement. In case of pre-staged concrete or precast concrete, or in case of airfield, the construction workers, construction engineers require high strength concrete and they need a special type of cement which have higher strength than minimum compressive strength of OPC. So the cement which is having high strength in compared to OPC is known as high strength cement. The compressive strength, if you calculate, then in 72 hours plus minus 1 hour, the strength, compressive strength should not be less than 230 kg per centimeter square in this case. If you check the compressive strength in 168 hour plus minus 2 hour, then the compressive strength should not be less than 330 kg per centimeter square. If you check in 672 plus minus 4 hour, then the compressive strength should not be less than 430 kilogram per centimeter square. There are so many type of cement, and the technology or the properties behind it are very vast. They can discuss it for hours and hours. But I had tried to give you the basic knowledge of this type of cement. Now, if you find very interesting, then you can go for some more other study, some other video lectures also. Because we are having so much application of cement, and on daily basis, new type of cement is coming in the market. To check the cement, we require certain tests also, which in earlier classes you had done. So to understand this type of cement or all type of cement, to make it useful for your career is very important. So you have to have a minimum knowledge of every type of cement which is available in the market. Thank you.